So we are going to get started on the graduation fan. So here I am showing how to do a graduation fan in Canva. And so let's get started. So I came over here to my elements and I looked up a gold and white balloon. And so when you put in balloons, they have so many different options. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I set up my version of the frame, of my framework inside of my art. So these are elements that I used in the past, so they still kind of there. And also, there's a folder where you can put your elements inside of the folder. So I'm working off of my, excuse me, I got a little cold. So I'm working off of my laptop and I'm going to see how this goes tonight. So let's get started. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab my elements. And I'm just going to put this here. But I'm going to flip this upside down like vertical. And then I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to flip this vertical. No, I'm going to flip it back vertical and then horizontal. And so I'm going to make another one of this and put it at the bottom here. And I'm going to make another one there and I'm going to put it at the bottom here. But I'm going to flip this back vertical. And I'm going to flip this one vertical for the dots to be facing up. And spread this out and spread this out. And so next, I'm going to get my gold. Yep, I'm going to get my gold up one step. I'm going to change the colors because the image I'm using is going to be burgundy. And so there it is. So now we got my burgundy and I got my gold. And now I'm about to add my image, but I'm about to bring this up. Okay. And this is the polka dot effect. So if you are in your elements and you just put polka dot effect, it's going to bring you a whole bunch of different varieties of polka dots that you can use. So now let me go to my uploads. Now you see how that is in the back. I'm going to show you something. So Canva has a new feature that they added quite a while back where you can move your layers. So I want my balloon on the top. Okay. And so now I'm going to my image. And I'm going to add my image. I'm going to stretch her out. This is my model, my daughter. She graduated quite some time ago, but she allows me to use her pictures and stuff like that for when I have to do mock-ups or if I'm doing demonstration, I use her. Yeah, she's a grown child now. Okay. Let me zoom out real quick. I like to make it a little big. But this is a excuse me, 8 by 5 by 11, 8.5 by 11. That's the size of the frame. And so now I got that in there. I want to add some shine to the bottom. And so I'm going to add my silver. I'm going to add my silver down here. But I'm going to move that to the back as well. I want it in behind her. Okay. And so next, I'm going to add my text. So I wanted to say 2000 and, let me see. I want to say 2023. So because it's 2023, I'm going to add 2023. I'm going to put 2023. Oops. I'm going to 23. And I'm going to just bring this up a little bit. And I'm going to add some color here, which is burgundy. And it says change all, yes. Okay. And so now I come to my effects. And I am, before I do the effects, I'm going to show you something. Up here is where you can do your line spacing. That's if your letters or paragraphs are too far apart, you can bring them close. And so now I'm going to go to my outline, and I want to outline this white. Let me see. Okay, so I'm not going to make this too bright. I'm not going to do too much to that, because if, let me see, I'm going to line spacing again, space the characters. Okay, so if I add too much outline, it's going to touch. They're going to be touching. Okay, so now I'm going to put my text in. I'm just going to say senior. Okay. So I'm done with that. And now I'm going to change the color of that to white. Okay. So I'm going, excuse me. Springtime come and everything goes crazy. I'll say, okay, so I'm about to change this to the neon effect. And I'm going to change this to the font Celadine or Celadine or however it is. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn that just a little bit. Okay. And before I get real comfortable with this, I am going to add my borders. So if you want to make lines and borders, excuse me, go to elements and you hit lines. You can hit lines. And you can get some lines going here. But I have my border already. I thought I had my border already up, but I guess I didn't. And so I'm going to use this line right here. And I'm just going to bring it down just a little bit. And I'm going to go one end. And I'm going to stretch it to the other end. And I'm going to close it off just a little bit. And then I'm going to take it up some. Because I don't want it too fat. Okay. And so I'm going to duplicate this. Now they have another option where you can create the lines and you can size it, put weight on it if you would like. Okay. And so now, excuse me. Now I am going to duplicate this again. And I'm going to have it for my sides. And I'm just going to size this down until it touches. And that's why I moved her out the way. Now, if I feel as though that's too much, I might just take it out some. That's what I do. Sometimes drawing those guides can be a little tricky. And I just, go like that. And then I'm going to duplicate this line again. And I'm going to bring it over here to this side. And so it is. And you see the purple? You see how the purple lets you know if everything is matching? I love it. So next we're going to go over here and we're just going to simply change the colors. Burgundy, 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 burgundy. Okay. And so pay attention to your borders sometimes because sometimes they tend to show a little, they might be a little off. A lot of people like to use the line weight, and you can. Okay, so now we got everything put together. And so I'm about to bring in the last part of this, which is the frame. And I am looking for this frame. There it is. Okay. Let me turn this just a little bit. Because I want the 2023 to be next to her, but not touching her. Let me see. Okay, let me see where we at. Right there. Okay. Now I'm about to move her back over because she's settled now. Stretch her up. Bring this frame in just a little bit. And I'm just going to drag it. Drag it just a little bit. Move it over just a tad bit. And I'm going to tilt it just a smudge. And I'm going to drag it. Let me see. Let me shrink her just a little bit. Okay. Because I want the frame to be a little big. Okay. Then I'm going to tilt that. And then I'm going to add my 2023 in the frame. And then I'm going to take my senior and I'm going to tilt like that. And I am going to bring my senior in just a little bit. And I'm going to bring it up some. Just a little bit. I'm going to come in. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to go to position. And what I'm going to do is add, let me see, another balloon. Because now I want the balloon to go behind, let's see, the lines. Is that what I'm trying to do? Let me see, yes. So I can get the balloons behind the guides. All right, got it on the first go, and I'm just stretching it out. And I like how this look. You see how it got like that 3D-ish effect. Let me see. And if you want to, you could put something extra up here. I choose not to. And I'm going to move my border down just a little bit. Okay. So I don't want to take out from the words. I want it to have like a glowing effect. And this is how you create your graduation fans in Canva. And you're all done. Simple as that. Have your elements already, to the side or in the folder. If you have an idea of what your customer looking for or what you looking for. And let's see. Yep. And you can print this off. You can save it, share, download, save as a PNG. All right. So now we are getting ready to put this together. Hello. So now it is time to assemble our graduation fan. And before we get started, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I use. So this is the lamination brand that I use, but this is the larger size. So you might want to get this is 11 by 17 pouches, but this also comes in 8 by 5, 8.5 by 11. That's what this comes by. And you can get this off of Amazon. So this is what the sheet looked like with the 8.5 by 11. And this is how it came out printed. And I'm going to show you the brand that I use. I use many brands, but this is the brand when you want to get the professional look is Koala paper. And it's the inkjet glossy photo paper. 100 sheets. And I got this off of Amazon as well. Also, if it's your choice, this is the lamination machine that I have as well. I got this from Amazon. And what you will do after you set your machine up, there's a tray in the back. You'll pull the tray out, and that's where your lamination sheets will go in at. So I'm turning on my lamination machine and I'm letting it get warm. And with your pouches, you want to insert your photo in the pouch. So after it's in the pouch, as you can see, you're going to insert from this end onto in the machine. You're going to put this inside of your lamination machine. You want to make sure you have a wide, rounded popsicle stick. And I have a detachable glue gun. And you want to make sure your glue gun is nice and ready. So before you put your pouch through the lamination machine, you got to make sure that your lamination machine is heated. So I'm going to pick it up real quick because it's a little hot. This is the lamination machine. And this is the back end of the tray that you're going to insert your lamination paper. And this light up here is going to light up blue when it's ready. So we're going to give it a few more minutes, and then we're going to insert our paper into the lamination machine. Also, make sure when you are getting your lamination pouches out of the pack, make sure that it doesn't have any like defects. It's not bent. Because the way you put your paper in the lamination machine, if the lamination paper is bent or crinkly, that's how your image is going to come out. So if you guys decide that you're going to use the lamination method, feel free to leave a comment or feel free to leave a post. And I would like to see what you guys create. Okay. So now the blue light has indicated that it is ready and we're about to get started. So I'm getting ready to insert it upside down. and it's going through nice and slow. And it's almost done. Lamination paper seems to get hard almost immediately after it comes out the machine. And this is how it turns out. You see the gloss? Very, very shiny. Very shiny. And so now this is up to you. Well, of course, you have to trim off the extra excess on the lamination paper. So the white border, when you print your paper, is going to be a white border. Okay. So you want to trim off any extra lamination paper that you may see, but be careful that you do not cut your image. Okay. Now I'm getting ready to apply my glue stick. Now you have the option, if you want to round the corners off, you can. Or if you want to take off the white border and leave it as with the red border around, you can. But because the theme of her background has the white, I decided to leave the white border. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to apply my popsicle stick. And you want to make sure that you don't have it too short. So I take my glue gun and I go about just a little bit above halfway. And I apply it down on my paper. Make sure it's nice and hot. As you can see, it's almost done. And any extra glue that's hanging around, now this is optional. I'm going to take my cardstock. This is what the cardstock is for. And I want to cover up that backing. So I'm going to lay this down. But I'm going to show you what I use because I don't like the bulkiness with the glue. So I usually take, some double-sided tape and I lay it down. Okay, so I'm back. I was looking for my double-sided tape and I think I found it. But I'm going to show you some tape that I bought because that little tape was just... So if you're someone who do not have the double-sided tape gun, you can use this double-sided tape. And I just put a couple pieces across the back and then I cut. Anybody use that double-sided tape? If you don't have the tape gun, the little ones, they come real small. Those run out so fast. So I don't use them anymore unless I really, 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 really have to. And you want to make sure that you properly line up your double-sided tape because this tape sticks. Once it's on there, it's on there. If you try to remove it, it's going to rip whatever your project is. So I have a little bit on this edge here, and as you can see, it's sticking to my scissors. So okay, I got my double-sided tape, and now I am about to apply that to the backing of so all you got to do now is peel. Peel. I don't have no nails, so it's hard for me to get this off of here. It's easy to come up, but my nails is very, very short. And let me see. I'm going to peel this one last strip. And I am going to apply, you want to make sure it's lined up. So I usually start with the top corner and I lay it, make sure nothing is in the way, because once this stuff sticks, it sticks. Go with the top corner. Or you can take the fan and lay it. Make sure it lines up with the top corner of the paper. And you lay it down. You flip it over. And if you see any excess lamination, you just get it off. And I see a couple little lamination spots. Okay. And so here is your fan. And like I said, you have two options. You can leave the border on like this, or, let me see, I don't want to trip. Or you can round the corners off, either way. So here's the fan, very glossy, very shiny. Or you have the option, you can round the corners off. And both of them have a backing. Okay, so this concludes our tutorial for the graduation fans. And if you are someone who are going to do the graduation fans and you use the lamination method, feel free to leave a comment or, tell me about the outcome of your experience. So don't forget to click like and share and subscribe. And until next time.